everyone, welcome back to the analytical coding. In the previous video, we learned about the top n function, which helps us to select the top rows from a table based on ascending or descending order of a given expression. But as we saw, that function returns all the columns from the table. Now, what if we want to return only the customer ID, the product, and the order amount? So, how can we do that? That's exactly what we are going to learn in this video, the select columns function. If you are learning something new from these videos, please do subscribe. Your support means a lot and keeps me inspired to share more Power BI tips with you. So, let's get started. So, select columns is a DAX function used to create a new table by selecting the specific columns from an existing table or the table expression. You can also rename the columns while selecting them. So, it does not return the entire table but only the columns we chose. So, let us see the arguments. The first one is the table. The table or the table expression we want to select the columns from. And the second argument is the name. The name we want to give to the column in the resulting table. And the third one is the expression. The column or calculation to assign to the new column. So we can repeat this name and expression pairs to add multiple columns. So what this function returns? It returns a new table with only the columns we selected. The result can be used in other table functions, visuals, or further calculation. So let us see an example. As I told already, select columns return a table. So let us use these select columns in this table. Okay. So here we already have this top n expression which returns this table. Now we do not want this all columns, but we only need customer ID, product, and the order amount. So we are going to use this select columns. So select columns. So the first argument is the table or the DAX expression that returns table. So here I have used this top n functions which returns the bottom three rows based on the order amount. Instead of all the columns, I only require customer ID, product, and order amount, right? So let us select those. So for direct columns, we can give the direct column names. Suppose here we have customer ID. So I can directly type customer ID and close the bracket. And when I click on enter, so you can see that order table underscore customer ID and the three customer IDs are displayed. And if we want to change this column name, then we know the second argument is the name of the column. So here we can specify the name like customer ID. And now when I click on enter, so you can see this column name is changed. So in this way, we can add the remaining columns whichever we want. So when I click on enter, you can see the customer ID, the product column, and the order table order amount. Here for the order amount, I haven't changed the column name. So that is why we can see order table underscore order amount, which is automatically renamed. And the remaining ones are the names of the columns which we have given here. So in this way, we can get the selected columns we want from a table. Or otherwise, we can also specify the DAX expressions. So here I have added the total price and the expression that is quantity into price. And when I click on enter, so in this way, we can select the required columns from a table and we can also create the DAX expression columns in this using the select columns function. And we have also covered about the add columns function, which is quite different and somewhat similar to that of select columns. So the syntax is same to that of select columns and add columns. But in add columns, it returns the all the columns from the table and the whichever columns we have added here. So if I replace it with the add columns and click on enter, so here you can see the function add columns expects a column name. So here we haven't provided the column name, but in case of add columns, we have to provide some column name. So here I have given the amount and when I click on enter, so here you can see the product is the same column name that we had for the order table. So here I need to change to the other name. So here I have changed to the product. I have removed the U. Now you can see that we got all the columns from this particular top n table returned and also the columns whichever we have added here. So you can see customer ID, order amount, total price, and all the columns, and the at last we have product and amount whichever added. So the column order is not same, but still we got all the columns from this table along with the columns whichever we added. It should be in the name and expression pair only, and also the name of the column which we are adding should not be same as the names that are present in the table. So that are the errors we got while we are calculating the add columns. So whereas in select columns, we do not get all the columns in the table, instead the columns whichever we select here. So that is the main difference between the select columns and the add columns. So I think you got a clarity on where to use select columns and add columns. So if you found this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.